back on?
We back on.
Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties.
But we back.
It cut off. Our camera cut off. The podcast didn't cut off, but the camera cut off when we were talking about freestyling.
Yeah, freestyling and how me and DOMS met, and my perspective of me and DOMS meeting.
Right.
But yeah, like how I was saying, like, you know, despite what people have seen my A-hat battles where I try to freestyle and it's just horrible, like, I don't know, shit's just different when you're prepared for a battle and you're like, I'm going to go after this person. I got my shit ready, you know?
Right.
And, you know, you're kicking it with your homeboys and you're just getting off, you know, and, like, you just catch that energy. Like, it's hard to have a freestyle, like, just you have a minute to freestyle and something dope has to happen in that minute.
Right.
Sometimes it could take, like, 10 minutes or, like, 5 minutes or, you know, you need to get warmed up a sometimes, you know?
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Get a little
and that
bit
was
into
that
the
was
swag.
the thing is when we first started to hang out, like, actually, the first time when we kicked it in the car and we were just playing instrumentals is what I was trying to say before the camera cut off. But but yeah, when we were just kicking it in the car for the first time and you guys were playing instrumentals and we were all freestyling, I would freestyle for like 30 seconds, if
like,
that,
just keep going.
and I would stop and be like, oh, I don't know, and they would just be like, yo, just keep going.
Even if it doesn't make sense, just keep going.
Because you're gonna hit that stride at some
exactly.
point and have some fire, and that was really what it was, and that was a big inspiration, and also just the fact that having my brother be like, oh, they were freestyling for hours, and then to actually be in the car freestyling for hours, dude, it was just, you know, it's crazy.
I mean,
Definitely
I think that's
destined.
like a huge thing too, because like, I mean, like, even to get like off some sidetrack shit or whatever, but fuck
sorry,
it. This is on some podcast shit, like, to something I said earlier, like, if you're around people, like, you want to be around people that are gonna like try to like help you get better.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You don't want people to be like, oh, you spit that shit sucks. It's a freestyle. You know what I mean? Like, a freestyle is gonna be anything. Like, no one's paying for the shit. It's free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
so like,
this is back when freestyling was actually like rapping off the top of your head.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Freestyles have definitely changed a lot since then.
Yeah.
You know.
But back then, like, just to get better, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like the dojo, and it was like we didn't really have a studio to get into, like, so it's like we could write songs, but it's like we're not gonna record them tomorrow or the next day, you know. So it's like just sharpening our swords and just getting skilled, you know, and steel sharpens steel. But back onto that, like, you know, we were freestyling kind of like the whole night, you know.
Got you.
I'm talking to Mike and I'm talking to Grade, and I'm like, you know, they kind of tell me, Big Mike.
Mike is also my brother's name, guys, so it might get confusing. Not
and
really.
they,
Big Mike is the big homie that brought us together. Mike, my brother. I don't even think I said my brother's name until right now.
Yeah, Mike.
Anyway, yeah.
I think it might have been Grade or it might have been Big Mike. They tell me that you know, Mike had died and like he had passed away.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, oh, you know, can you come to the funeral? I think I couldn't get off for work that day.
Damn.
Something happened like that, you know, and I was like, damn, that's fucking crazy.
I forgot about that shit. Big Mike was definitely there.
Yeah, and I remember
he saw me rap.
I think they had told me you had rapped at his funeral or something like that, and they were like, man, he just killed it. And like
and I looked back and it was over like a Dipset. Like I was thinking,
or was it over the Bow Down beat? Like the Mac 10 beat?
I swear it was over a Dipset. I want to say it was even like just like Killer Cam, like just I was young, I didn't really know too
Killer
much.
Season or something like that.
Maybe, dude.
Get him, Daddy.
And like it was really weird. Like my aunt actually passed away recently, and I went to her service, which was at the same place, and I haven't been there since then, and it was just a really weird feeling of like being in that same place, and it brought back a lot of like that feeling of when I did that rap and like just and that was, I was like, I think it was over Killer Season, you know what I or like something like that. It was like this serious emotional
it's over
rap
like Suck It or Not or some shit.
Killer Cam or something, you know.
It's over the Wet Wipes beat.
But we used to watch Killer Season, so that would
definitely
make sense.
Dipset all day, man. Yeah. But yeah, I know people are gonna rip me on the comments like, goddamn, K.O.N, get to the fucking point. But this is what a podcast is, you know. Like, no one else is gonna bring up these facts or these ideas or stuff that's happened, you know. And you might wonder this stuff.
No, people are gonna enjoy this.
You might be, you know, in this exact same situation that DOMS was in when he was 12 or 13, and people might be like, you know, you could rap. I don't really know. You know what I mean? Because people don't really believe stuff until you show them. Like, a lot of people don't get your vision until you like show them your vision. You know. But they were kind of telling me like, you know, he killed it at his brother's funeral.
That's dope.
Big Mike's other brother was like, yeah, he was killing it, and I was just rocking out, and people were crying, and I'm like, what the fuck, he's killing it. And I'm thinking, like, he is at a funeral, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, they had told me about that.
Tight.
And Grade told me, I think, like, you guys had gotten to, like, a little cipher that night, or Mike was like, yo, Grade, spitting this.
We probably kicked it that night. Like, I don't really remember too much of what happened after.
Of course, like, you know, his older brother just died. Like, you know, he's not even, you know, thinking about all that type of shit. But, you know, I'm in a weird position at that time because it's like, you know, I'm continually having like a better relationship with Grade, and we're getting it in on some stuff. And he's more in my vision of what a rapper is. Compared to the dude I was working with at the time. But the guy I was working with at the time had his own studio. We were filming music videos. Right. We had a couple of videos that were on television, public access, you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
But still, like, people could recognize you once in a while,
ever.
you know? No, not even that. Like, that was for, like, a DVD. These are, like,
right.
The, like, music videos or whatever.
Yeah.
Best freestyle ever would have been great. Like, I would have been like, oh, that's amazing to be on television.
K.O.N has a video on YouTube called Best Freestyle Ever. Like, that's it. That's just the title. And it has like a lot of views, right?
Yeah, because I think originally it was just called Best Freestyle Ever, and then I changed it to K.O.N Best Freestyle Ever.
And people was like, nah.
And especially because like YouTube back in like 2007, 2008, you could just write like Best White Rapper Ever,
right,
and you'd get like 100,000 views.
Back in the day when
you know?
It was just like,
even if people were just hating on you, you'd be like, no, Eminem, man, fuck you,
right.
Like, you know,
but
just for whatever, you know.
Right.
But to get back to the subject again.
Right.
I was in a weird position, you know, and I'm like, the guy I was working with, I wasn't working with him as much because I'm kind of like, you know, it's not really going anywhere, and it's not like really what I want to do as a rapper, you know, because at this time too, I'm like super into cannabis, Razzcast, Jedi Mind Tricks, you know, super into underground shit. I'm into like Dipset and like commercial shit too, but everybody had to have bars, you know, I had to hear people that were really spitting that shit, you know, so you know, Big Mike tells me about this talent thing that they're about to have in like this management.
Right.
They're pitching an idea of having a TV show and kind of like, I don't know if it was going to be like, they didn't really tell the details, just that it was going to be a TV show.
There was some kind of pitch for sure.
And that we were going to be like on television. This was going to be our manager. We got to audition for, like, I write this fucking bio that's like 3 pages long. I have like this
they didn't make me do that.
Photo or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think Grade had like something written on with like pencil or whatever. He spilled coffee on it. Like, it looked like something so different. I don't even think they read the bio. I think they just threw that shit to the side, like, whatever. Like, after they heard us rap, they're like, we don't even care about this shit, you know? But like, you know, they tell me about it, so I'm getting ready, kind of get into my zone, and they're like, you know, we're gonna bring you know, Mike's brother. I don't even think he was known as Domes. I just think he was known as like Doms. Mike's brother. But they didn't necessarily tell me that. They were just like, you know,
sure Domes at that point,
because I hadn't even met you at that time. I think Grade might have heard you twice, like, was impressed, you know?
Right. Hey, the camera battery's about to die. I'm gonna change it real quick. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Don't mean to cut you off. Yeah. Hold your place.
Definitely.
Sorry. Hold on. We're gonna pause real quick. Are we back?
We have liftoff.
Sorry for all the technical difficulties in this podcast. This is the first episode. We're figuring it all out as we go. The camera keeps dying and whatnot, and I have to we're gonna make it work though.
Yeah, definitely. Like, even we were gonna have it earlier, and now we definitely know to have a podcast earlier in the day.
Yeah.
Because it's hot as fuck right now.
It gets hot in this studio.
Yeah. So back to what I was saying or whatever. Like, you know, Mike and Grade were telling me about you. We're saying like he was dope. You know, he got it in at his brother's funeral, and Grade had heard a few raps from him that night. So he was telling me about that. You know, got my bio ready. Was ready. I think I called into work that day.
Okay. Yeah, we're back there.
You know, went to Micah's house. I don't know if you were at Micah's house or if they had picked you up and you got in the car. But I remember this very specifically, that me and Grade are already rapping, going back and forth, getting ready. Domes gets in the car, and this kid is so fucking small. Like, no lie, man. Like, I have a brother that's his age too, and
did we meet up and rap before we actually like went inside?
We rapped in the car
before we actually like went inside to the whole meeting.
And this is like a huge point. Like, I felt so fucking ambushed, you know, because I'm like, this kid is 12 or 13 years old, looks fucking 8. Maybe not that young, but he looks younger than what you think he looks. You know what I mean?
Right.
His hair is mad short. He doesn't have the long hair. I thought he was Mexican for some reason. I don't know why.
Wild. not.
I think maybe your brother had like black hair, kind of like a little.
He was like more tan than me for sure.
Was,
my
like,
mom's kind of tan. So
like,
he
I
was
don't
a
know,
lot
for
more,
some
like,
reason,
tan.
like just coming from Valley, like anybody you think is white's actually Cuban or
Right,
like
right.
Russian. They're never white. Only me. But I'm like super white looking. You know what I'm saying? Like skin complexion wise or whatever. But yeah, he looks super fucking young. And I was like, dog, like you just told me this fool is really good. Not like this
He's a
fool will make you
child.
look fucking bad.
Oh,
you know what I'm
gotcha.
saying? Like,
Gotcha.
like you, no matter what I
The
spit,
child
dog.
thing
Like
didn't
if this
matter.
fool raps in front of me or right after me, I was like, damn, I hope Grade raps after me or before me or just we kind of separate it. You know what I'm saying? Get
super
this
tight.
kind of mixed up
Right.
because he's so little and he sounds little. Like he hasn't hit puberty yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm like in fucking awe. Like I'm like, holy shit. You know, like throw slugs through pro clubs. Like it could just be a couple bars that rhyme. I'm just like fucking amazed because he's like on that like real MC shit. He sounds like Big Pun to
Super
me.
underground
You know,
hip-hop
his
influence.
flow is like on
And
beat
Big
when
Mike
there's
had
no
just
beat.
put me on Big Pun like mad recent. Like
I don't even know if you had heard Big Pun like
at
that.
that point.
That's
maybe
why
not.
I was so surprised
Maybe
because I
not.
was like, he has such like
Big
kind
Mike-
of like a reminiscent
He
style
even
of
showed
Big
me
Pun.
Big Pun like, this is your dude, huh?
Yeah, I'm
and
like,
I was
this
like,
is
who
you.
is this?
And we're like, this is like the 500-pound Puerto Rican New York version of DOMS. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and he hadn't heard it. Usually people that like sound like a rapper, like that's their favorite rapper and they kind of like aspire to be like that person so much.
Right.
And I think you might have been listening to like Jedi Mind Tricks or like Sabak
I
or
was
something like
definitely,
that at the
Atmosphere,
time.
Jedi
You know?
Mind Tricks.
So
heavy.
to know that he's listening to that and he has like such a pun delivery and he just kills it, I'm like, holy fuck, man. You know, and he's not rapping shy, like he's rapping fucking confident, like he's throwing his fucking hands, like he's throwing words at you. That was the shit me and Grade said, like, oh, when he gets into it, he's just like slashing fools up, you know what I mean? Just throwing words at you, you know? And I'm in the car like, what fucking rap am I gonna say, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, this dude's fucking killing it, you know?
And of course, like when I heard him rap, I thought like it's like the complete opposite. Like when I heard him rap, I thought he was like way better than me, and I fucking sucked. And I'm like this little kid that just can't even like hang. Of course, because I'm just like I wasn't confident at all. But it's just funny that that's how it is. Like you look
It's
at it like,
crazy,
yo,
different
look at this little kid
perspectives.
who's like so good, and then I'm
That's
like,
why we have the
I'm this
different-
little kid that sucks, and this fool's so good. That you
That's
know?
why we have different perspectives of the story.
Exactly.
For sure. And Lightweight, like, I wasn't pissed at Mike or Grade A, but I was like, if I knew this fool dog, I'd be like, all right, let's meet up 3 weeks beforehand.
Right.
Everybody meet. You know what I mean? Let's come in there and fucking kill it. Not like he's just going to come. Like, you know, like he's dope, but it's not like you don't even know what the fuck you're going to hear, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't pitched to me like that, you know, which is the way I would have pitched it if I met you first and I'm like, yo, Grade,
Right.
we got some other shit coming, dog. You know what I mean?